Welcome, everybody, to another episode of I'm Not Famous and Nobody Cares. So it doesn't really matter. Today is September 11th. Um, my goal, what I decided was to just try and get to 100 episodes. I mean, if all goes well, I'll have people would have listened to it 100 times. One episode would get listened to one time by me. That's still pretty good. I mean, given kind of everything that's been happening today, honestly, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, right? California is on fire. Literally on fire. Southern California, Northern California. Nobody really cares about Middle California. They could probably just burn that shit anyway. But it is all on fire. 22,000 acres. I have no idea how big that is, but it sounds pretty fucking big. I mean, looking at how that fire looked compared to some of the ones that we had before, some of the ones that California had before. I'm not there anymore, so you know, here we are. But when I was, it smells bad. It just smells bad. It smells like the one time I tried to dry my wet baseball socks by putting them in the microwave. I lost all my microwave privileges after that. And I still had to play baseball with no socks. Like an idiot. Now, this fire has been going on for what is like 3, 4, 5 days or something like that now. They're calling it the airport fire. Is it because of Delta? Is it because Delta caught fire again? Whatever happened to that actually? I mean, it's pretty obvious that somebody was trying to take Delta down. Or Delta. No, not Delta. I mean, somebody should take Delta down anyway. But Boeing is what I meant. It should be called the Boeing fires. How many of those fucking planes were just catching on fire and they were all over social media? And this time it wasn't even the Muslims' fault. It wasn't the Saudis. It wasn't the every other Arab country out there. I have no idea which ones there are. There's a bunch of stands. I know that. I know that much. I know that much. Yeah, they should have called it the Boeing fires. That would have been better. Because I mean, a bunch of their planes were catching fire, and somebody was trying to take somebody out. I mean, they did take out their whistleblowers, though. I'll tell you one thing: Boeing may make shitty planes, but they're really good at getting rid of witnesses. I mean, all these witnesses just suicide themselves. They all say immediately before all the days leading up, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to kill myself. I want to uh, uh, speak in front of a jury. I want to say my piece. I want to, what do they call that? Deposition, or where they just kind of say everything that they're admitting to. Then all of a sudden, they just Epstein themselves. You know what? I did want to kill myself. What do you know? I felt bad for bringing down such an amazing company. Just kill me. I mean, just me kill myself. Now, a few years ago, I remember that there was some fires also in California, and a gender reveal was to blame. That was fucking hilarious. Now, I am almost 100% certain that that gender reveal was for a Mexican baby. Don't ask me why. I know. And I'm pretty sure the parents weren't even married. No. He probably proposed like at the gender reveal just to kind of make it official. That's a pretty big Latino thing. Yeah. It's like, "Hey, you're pregnant? I've kind of already committed." It's like you buy a car. You don't really buy a car. You first you don't sign any paperwork. You kind of just take the keys and fucking go. And when the cops pull you over to tell you this is a stolen car, you say, "You know what? I have the paperwork right here. Let me just knock it out real quick." It sounded better in my head. So if you don't like it, go fuck yourself. But it's true. Now with everything that's happened like these past few years, I wouldn't doubt that this is not an actual Boeing fire, but this is probably still a gender reveal, a transgender reveal. Some godforsaken 25-year-old man just shaved off his pubes, wears a turtleneck to hide his Adam's apple, wears a dress and calls himself Mindy. I don't doubt that motherfucker is the reason for those fires in Southern California. But this time we can't blame the Mexicans. No. See, Mexicans or Latinos, they're still not too comfortable with the whole trans thing. The whites, though, oh, you guys love it. You guys absolutely love it. More power to you. I love trans people. They're great. Every time a guy turns to a chick, that means one less guy to compete with and one more chick I can fuck. It's a win-win. I just wish that these gender reveals didn't light a bunch of shit on fire and didn't look like they were paying homage to the twin fucking towers. What kind of sick, psychopathic, transgender Mindy motherfucker set 22,000 acres on fire just because he wanted to outshine 9/11? I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying we got two options here. We got the Boeing fires, which is a much better name, or transgender reveal. You guys pick. Let me know in the comments. Now, today being 9/11, of course, is I think, and I'm not 100% sure. Don't ever quote me. Don't quote me at all, actually, ever. Just assume everything that I am saying is really stupid and wrong, which it likely is. But I believe I was told that the pilots or all the pilots that were in the planes that crashed 9/11, or that crashed the planes into the Twin Towers were Saudi Arabia. Because this is just from other Middle Eastern folk that I know and friends. They all tell me the Saudis are the crazy ones. Like if Middle Easterns were all ants, the Saudis would be the fire ants or the bullet ants, like the ones that really fuck you up. Not the leaf cutters, not the other pussy ones that don't really bite, but the ones that really fuck your shit up. All badass and shit. But here's what I'm thinking though. I'm thinking, listen, you guys. I got a proposition for you. Now, yes, you guys did us dirty during 9/11. Whether or not you accept that, we bombed the shit out of you guys. We bombed the shit out of the whole region. You know, yeah, Bush probably did it, but we blamed it on you guys. You guys took the fall. Sorry. So now it's time. You guys have a chance here to make amends. And the way that you're going to do it is by saving California. Hang in there with me. Hang in there. Now, if you remember, a few months back, we learned that the Saudis can control the weather. You guys remember that? Remember that little? Remember when Dubai was flooded? Is Dubai in Saudi Arabia? I have no idea. It could be in fucking Agrabah for all I care. Jafar. So it's in Agrabah. Jafar figured out how to control the weather. And they were using it to make it rain in the desert. I'm not talking about a little pussy rain. No. I'm talking about like a monsoon type rain. Go look at the videos. Look it up on the interwebs. You're going to see Dubai was completely flooded. Well, here's your shot, motherfuckers. You can save California. Just do whatever you guys need to do. Head over to California in your airplanes. Don't stop by New York or anything. Just keep coming through. Just pass all the way through. Yes, you might scare people. People might shoot at you, but just, let them know that you're here to save California. I think it's called cloud seeding is what you guys do. Well, you could send some of your Allah Akbar homies just up into the clouds. Boom. Make it rain on Southern California. We call it even Steven. Call it a wash. Literally a wash. You guys took out some of our guys. We took out some of yours. You guys gave us some water. Trans people light fires. At the end of the day, Epstein didn't kill himself. Now, I'm not a big political guy. I'm not a huge fan of politics. Because to quote, and I think I'm getting his name wrong, it's Robert Bowden. Bowden? Something, I don't know. The quote gets attributed to Mark Twain a lot. I even quoted Mark Twain. Michael Scott. If you get that reference, you know what I'm talking about. But he says, if voting really mattered, it would be illegal. I try to see some of the highlights, which was seeing like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris kind of just going at it. It honestly just looks like a Conor McGregor press conference. Like, there's no difference, you know? Now, the funny thing to me, though, from the highlights that I saw, because there is highlights, it's like an 8-minute clip saving you 2 hours of time, and it's just basically now you kind of get the gist of it, which is they're each kind of being snarky with each other. But you could see it in Donald Trump's face where he gets so amped up. It looks like he's crying, but he's angry crying. He's like saying, and I was the best fucking president ever, and they're fucking eating our pets. The Haitians are eating our cats and dogs. And they probably are, but I mean, I've never had cat or dog. I mean, the Asians been doing it for years, so it can't be that bad. Have you tried dim sum? I do not doubt that dim sum has a little Pomeranian in there somewhere. It's still good though. I'm gonna stop going to dim sum or hot pot. You know, hey, what breed of hot pot you want? Excuse me? Breed? Yeah, the purebred's a little bit more expensive than the mixed breed. Dear God. But then you see Kamala Harris, who's doing the exact opposite. She still looks like she's crying. But she looks like she's trying to, like, we can't fight anymore. I'm trying to save America. I think we've both seen both sides of it, right? Like we've seen the guy that's trying to act really tough, but he's crying. And then you have the girl that's trying really hard to put her point across by not crying. Two different sides, same fucking coin. Now, at the end of the day, the only thing you have to choose is whether you want to get fucked by the red dick or you want to get fucked by the blue dick. That's the truth. I will say though, like seeing them talk, and I was thinking about it after a while. Um, uh, After a few minutes, I kind of just thought, instead of having the debate, because there's clear animosity there. But is it animosity? Like, do they hate each other? Do Donald and Kamala really hate each other? Or is that just sexual tension? Huh? Huh? Mm-hmm. What do you think? I mean, he used to pick up hookers, underage hookers. She used to be a hooker, an underage hooker. Huh? Huh? Two peas in a pod. We can just co-presidency this shit. Now, if they were to fuck though, like if Kamala and Trump were to fuck, I have a feeling that Trump would be the kind that would just missionary all the way through and through, and he just really really heavy mouth breathing just right into her ear, just And Kamala would just fake it. Oh, oh, it's so good. Mmm. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Mmm. I finished. And Donald will get up, pat himself on the back, be like, called you an Uber. I don't know. I mean, I think they should fuck. And to be honest, not just because it's a man and a woman, but just future presidents in general, future debates, they should just fuck. I mean, one of my favorite quotes from Oscar Wilde, he says, everything in this world is about sex, except sex. Sex is about power. And when two people fuck, you know one person is in power and one person is not. You got the sub, then you got the dom. I mean, I wish I really cared about politics more. I just don't. Because I can't do anything. It doesn't matter. To me, at least. Do I wish it did? Of course. I just can't be an extremist. I just can't say one side is better than the other. Because one side has good things, the other side has good things. I mean, there's good things that some groups did and bad things that some groups did. Germans killed a lot of Jews. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. But they also made BMW. They also made Mercedes. They also made Porsche. I don't see anybody stopping to drive those. If anything, I see a lot of Jews drive those. Hmm? 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 Everybody has their goods and their bads, right? Good things and bad things. I mean, even the Saudis, right? And again, I don't really know if it's them, but that's just what I heard was they killed the Middle East killed. I'm taking away from the Saudis now. The Middle East killed a lot of people in 9/11, but they also make those cool ass videos where you see them driving out in the desert, driving on two wheels in a fucking Land Cruiser built in 1974, sliding on the ground with their flip flops and their big white moo-moos. Those are some badass videos. I spent the first 4 years of discovering YouTube watching nothing but those videos and bum fights. I don't know how else to tell you. My nose is itchy. People do good, people do bad. Right? More power to the people who were born in the wrong body and you decide to become who you want to be. But stop fucking lighting fires, guys. Come, girls, whatever. Come on, do it another way. Pop a balloon. Pop it. Have it not be pink or blue. Have it be purple. I don't give a shit. Stop setting California on fire. So much went down today. A lot. A lot of things happened today. You got 9/11. You got the fires in California. You have the debate that happened. Well, that happened last night, but everybody was talking about it today. And you know what else? They caught Shannon Sharp fucking on his live stream. But my man, he owned up to it. See that takes balls, big black balls. I mean, I gotta be honest. I thought he was gay. He's very metro, very kind of like kind of feminine-ish. I mean, shit, I would too if I was as buff as that motherfucker. But to be caught straight fucking by millions of people and then have no shame in your game, not say you were hacked and saying, you know what? It was me. I was fucking. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. People are saying he got fired from ESPN. You don't give a fuck. He was doing that job just to fuck bitches. I guarantee it. Guarantee you that's the only reason he got that job. What is he played professional football for however many years. He has a YouTube channel that has millions of followers. What the fuck he cares about ESPN firing him as a commentator? The crazy thing is, I think now he will probably get more pussy. I couldn't help but notice though, and this is what people were saying. I mean, yeah, he got caught fucking, but he only got caught fucking for a minute and 16 seconds. Shay Shay, my man, my man with the big black balls. Where's your stamina at, bruh? Hey, bruh, you need a Gatorade? Maybe you want a Red Bull or something? It just takes balls to get caught fucking and admit to it. Like that's pretty gutsy. I've never been caught having sex. I don't think I have. Well, actually, no. Yeah, one time I did. Come to think of it, not really. So I was living in the dorm rooms in college, and I had met this girl at some party. She lived local to the school that I was staying at, kind of local. Now, the crazier part was, um, she never wanted me to pick her up at her house. She always asked me to pick her up at CVS, where she would park her car, and then I'd pick her up from there. She was probably having an affair. She was still, I mean, I was 18. She was the same age. I mean, that seems like a pretty good age to get married, right? I mean, she was pregnant. I don't know. We went back to my dorm, right? And by this point, I was a stud. I was a Casanova. I'm pretty sure I had had sex with two other women by then. I knew it all. I knew every single position you could think of. I downloaded so much porn from Bearshare and LimeWire, so much. Mm-mm. But me and this girl are are boning in this in my dorm room, and my roommates, I had locked the door because it was three people to one dorm room, and I was on the top bunk. So me and her were smashing on the top. It's not easy to just be pal driving this broad and then just trying to get downstairs and open the door. One of my boys starts barging through the door. He starts yelling at me, "Al, Al, hey, can we borrow your truck, please?" I had a truck back then, and he's like, Can we borrow your truck? We need to go to the store." I'm saying, "Give me a minute, and I'll take you there." He keeps bugging. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I'm in the rhythm, like I'm going one and two and three and four and five and six and just pumping in and breathing out and pumping two and breathing in and pumping three. And they keep throwing me off my rhythm. I keep messing up my mojo. And he keeps knocking on the door. "Al, open up." So much that I got pissed because they were just yelling at me saying, "I know what you're doing. We need your truck. Just give us the keys." I said, "No." I got so mad. I climbed down from my bunk bed in my dorm room, ripped off the condom, opened the door, and said, "Here are my keys," and threw the condom right in his face. Bullseye. My man screamed. I didn't know that there was four other people out there. So five people saw me open the door, butt ass naked, rip the condom off my 18-year-old dick, and throw it in his face. There's one thing that Shannon Sharp and I have in common. It's not that we owned up to getting caught having sex. It's that we both have big black balls. Good night, everybody.